Good afternoon. Good afternoon. I am Patricia Sattler, principal of Mercy High School, and it is my honor to welcome you to the commencement ceremony for the Mercy High School class of 2026. Yep. On behalf of the administration, the faculty, and the staff, truly, we want to thank you for entrusting your daughters to Mercy over these past 4 years. We do recognize the significance of your choice, and we are deeply grateful for your partnership in their formation, academically, spiritually, personally. And it is now my honor to introduce Mercy's Student Executive Board, who will begin today's celebration.
Good afternoon, distinguished guests. My name is Camila Mendoza, and as Mercy's Student Council Executive Board Chair, it is my pleasure to introduce my fellow e-board members, Leon Ayad, Ava Aliyah, and Peyton Robinson. It is also my great honor to introduce Mercy's 2025 to 2026 Teacher of the Year, Mrs. Julia Salona. A driven supporter of cultural immersion, she consistently advocates for students and their needs in order to enhance their speaking and thinking abilities. Ms. Salona is a vibrant presence in the Mercy community, making her students feel heard, respected, and truly seen in a plethora of settings, from S11 to Spain. Her role in the Spanish Honor Society and moderating the trip to Spain has culminated in endless connections with students, with many describing her as a teacher with an unparalleled ability to see students for who they truly are. Mrs. Salona, you have made a beautiful mark on the Mercy community. Please join me in welcoming Mrs. Julia Salona.
Thank you. Good afternoon. My name is Mrs. Julia Salona, and it is my privilege and honor to act as your Master of Ceremonies this afternoon. Before we begin our program, I ask that you please silence all cell phones out of respect for the significance and dignity of this event. Now, would you kindly remain seated and silent as the 81st graduating class of Mercy High School, the class of 2026, and its faculty assemble for the last time. 81st annual commencement of Mercy High School is hereby convened. I ask everyone to please rise and join the graduates as they sing America the Beautiful. The words to the first verse can be found in the box at the bottom of the program. Mrs. Abha Deering will lead us.
Oh, beautiful for spacious skies, for amber waves of grain, for purple mountain majesties above the fruited plain. America, America, God shed His grace on thee, and crown thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining sea.
Please be seated. On behalf of the Mercy High School community, the administration, faculty, staff, and students, I cordially welcome you to this afternoon to share in the celebration of this very special event. I now invite Mr. Sherrod Jin to offer prayer for the Mercy community. Mr. Jin served 5 years on the Board of Trustees, including a term as board chair last year. He continues his service on the Board Executive Committee, the Finance Committee, and most recently, the Presidential Search Committee. He is also the proud father of Mercy alumna Anna, class of 2021. Mr. Jin.
Let us take a moment to quiet our minds and let us pause to recognize the sacredness of this moment. Heavenly Father, on this day of celebration for the class of 2026, we gather in gratitude for the gift of learning, the friendships we have made, and the guidance we have received in the halls of Mercy High School. We thank you for the teachers, families, and mentors who have walked beside our seniors and the light of wisdom that has illuminated their paths. They have been taught to love one another, to seek truth, and to serve with humility as they go out into the world. Today, as they step into a new chapter, may the class of 2026 continue with a spirit of peace in thought, word, and deed, and may they use their mercy values to treat all living beings with compassion and respect. God of all, we ask your blessing on all our students so that their minds can be blessed with charity, their hearts with love, and their hands with readiness to serve. May they make a difference in the world as they use their talents to walk gently upon the earth, live with purpose, faith, and integrity, and become students of peace and kindness. We ask this in your holy name and in the spirit of Catherine McCauley. Amen.
Thank you, Mr. Jin. It is now my pleasure to introduce you to our president, Dr. Cheryl Krieger. Dr. Krieger's life and career have been immersed in education. She began her journey as a student at Mercy. She later became a teacher, then a principal, then a superintendent, and finally returned to Mercy 16 years ago as our president. Dr. Krieger is completely dedicated to the entire Mercy community and can often be seen at our students' games and events, supporting the Marlins in all that they do. Please welcome our president, Dr. Cheryl Krieger, to offer a reflection.
Thank you, Mrs. Salona. Welcome, friends, family, religious sisters of Mercy, members of the Board of Trustees, faculty, and staff. Thank you for supporting and nurturing our young women. Graduates, my next words are for you. Today is your day to rejoice. Rejoice in all that you have accomplished and all that you will accomplish in your life ahead. You are privileged to have received a Mercy education with the help of your parents, friends, faculty, and many whom you do not know who pray diligently for you and support the school with time, talent, and their treasure. Additionally, each of you has worked very hard for your diploma. Congratulations. My message for you today centers around 3 areas: a Mercy education and what you have learned, what I personally have learned from all of you, and lastly, some parting words that I have for you. I will begin with a story. During my time at Mercy, I had the privilege of taking art from Sister Mary Ignatius, who created all the beautiful mosaics that line our halls. Another part of her legacy was the wisdom that she imparted each day at the beginning of class. One time, as we all gathered, she looked around, took a step back, and stated with emphasis, "After you have taken art, you will never be able to look at the world in the same way again." How true that was and is today. Beauty is everywhere to be seen and created. One must have a discerning eye. But I would like to expand Sister's thought to say to you today, after you have experienced a Mercy education, you can never again look at the world in the same way. And that also will remain true throughout your life. Why, you might ask? What has been special about your 4 years that sets you apart from graduates of other schools? First, the fact that Mercy High School is a school sponsored by the Sisters of Mercy. That means that the charism or spirit of Mercy affects everything we do and everything we learn. Values such as hospitality make us welcoming and let us see God in every single person. We see needs through the critical concerns. Our values reflect the Sisters of Mercy. And so, we show educational courage. We think critically, and we're curious. We are inspired by our faith. We show love, compassion, generosity, and make a place for all. We show principled leadership. We do the right thing, even when it is difficult. We realize that it is everyone's responsibility to lead, not just a few. We lead every day by our words and example. We are a voice for dignity and respect. Again, we see God in all. We advocate for those without voices, and we are inclusive. These core values and attitudes will stay with you and compel what you do throughout your life. That's what is different about your education. You will continue to see the world and people differently. Next, what have I learned from you? So much, and this is just another way of reminding you how powerful you are, even when you don't know it, and how far your influence runs. I'm going to read some of your words that I have actually heard from you throughout your senior year. These are things that you have said to me at various times, often when I asked you, what did Mercy mean to you, or what have you learned? One young woman declared, "I am capable of anything that I put my mind to." From another, "I have learned to try new things and not be afraid, even if it means failing. I can pick myself up and keep going." A different senior stated, I must be responsible for creating a community with a comfortable space for everyone. Another classmate said, listening is important. By listening, I show others I care and hear what they have to say. It's part of respect. I learned educational courage when I took classes and wondered if I could succeed. I learned to throw myself into the deep end to see my capabilities. The diversity at Mercy has allowed me to put myself in the position of others. It is reflective of the real world. Another said, I have to be my authentic self. I have to rely on my own values. Addison Witt, in her Kairos talk, quoted Proverbs 27:17, as iron sharpens iron, so one person sharpens another. We are obligated to be our best for ourselves, for others. Another student said, I must stand up for those who need it. Smiling, one of your classmates said, I don't have to be perfect. That is a great revelation. So through your words and actions, you have reminded me of what I have yet to do in life, and that you already know what you have to do and how you have to do it. Now, to build further on what you have learned and taught me, some specific words from me. You will always have challenges or difficulties. Know that your problem-solving skills have equipped you for what comes your way. As Tom Cruise in Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning said, you'll figure it out. How you approach life is important. Every day, wake up and choose to approach the day with joy. And remember, it is a choice. Be grateful. Recognize the grace and gifts you are given and pass them on. The Venerable Catherine Macaulay said that we should dance every evening, and Pope Leo says that we should sing. Do both. Next, from Catherine Macaulay, keep God as your center and remember that He placed you here. You are the right women for this time. The words of Saint Therese from 150 years ago bring it all together and say this. Today, may there be peace within. May you trust that you are exactly where you need to be. May you not forget the infinite possibilities that are born of faith in God, in yourself and others. May you use the gifts that you have received and pass on the love that has been given to you. May you be content with yourself just the way you are. Let this knowledge settle into your bones and allow your soul the freedom to sing, dance, praise, and love. It is there for each and every one of us. Now, my Mercy sisters, go and change the world. Make a difference.
Thank you, Dr. Krieger. At this time, we would like to take a moment to recognize a very special milestone. As we celebrate the class of 2026, we also honor the dedicated leadership and service of Dr. Krieger, who is marking her retirement. To express our gratitude in a small but meaningful way, I invite Student Government Executive Board Officer Leon Ayad to come forward to present Dr. Krieger with flowers on behalf of the Mercy community.
It has been a gift and privilege. Thank you.
I would also like to invite Sister Rita Valade, class of 1972, to the podium. Sister Rita is a Mercy Board member and chair of the Board Mission and Ministry Subcommittee.
Good afternoon. Congratulations, graduates, and I dare say congratulations, families, for supporting your graduates. Sister Maureen Mulcrone and I, both alumni of Mercy, also with the board, just wish to take a second to publicly thank Dr. Krieger in the name of the Sisters of Mercy for her years of value-infused educational leadership, her integrity of word and deed, her commitment to Catholic education, and her pursuit of all that was good for Mercy High School. As founders and sponsors of Mercy High, the Sisters of Mercy are grateful that we entrusted Mercy into her competent and caring hands. May God bless you. May Catherine McCauley and all the saints bless you and you graduates, and be assured of our constant prayers. Thank you.
Mercy is proud to now recognize our outstanding 2026 valedictorian, Camila Mendoza, and salutatorians, Stella Coe, Chandravadana Koneru, Peyton Robinson, and Sophia Seegers. Each will share inspiring words with you today. While they will be individually introduced before their speeches, I want to take a moment to recognize that apart from their achievements, what makes this exceptional group stand out most for me is that each of them is choosing to dedicate their future to serving others. Their commitment to helping people and communities that are most in need both inspires me and gives me hope that our future is in the right hands. Thank you all for being shining examples of how Mercy values can shape lives. We begin with salutatorian Stella Coe. Stella has made a lasting impact on the Mercy community through her authenticity, leadership, and compassion. Known for her quiet strength and positivity, she is respected by both teachers and classmates for supporting others and leading by example. Stella has held numerous leadership roles, including mock trial captain, BPA captain, senior class officer, NHS president, and captain of the cross-country and track teams. She has balanced these responsibilities alongside excelling in a demanding academic curriculum. Stella plans to attend the University of Michigan to major in international studies on a pre-law track with the goal of becoming an international criminal prosecutor. Please welcome salutatorian of the class of 2026, Stella Coe.
Good afternoon to all Mercy board members, administration, faculty, staff, Sisters of Mercy, parents, families, friends, and of course, to my class of 2026. I would first like to start off by thanking you all for an amazing past 4 years. They have truly gone by in a flash, and I wouldn't have wanted to do it with anybody else. With this being said, I am honored to be standing before you today with the opportunity to share just a fraction of what Mercy has given me. Walking into Mercy 4 years ago, I think we can all agree we were all completely different girls. We were scared for what was ahead of us, yet excited to meet new people and take on high school. 4 years later, and we have grown into confident young women who have the rest of our lives ahead of us, which is just as, if not more, terrifying than where we were on the first day of freshman year. Yet I know each one of you will thrive in your next chapter. Now, there's not much advice I can give because I have so much more to learn. However, what I can tell you from our shared experience at Mercy is that each one of you is capable of every task you set your mind to. No matter how challenging it may seem, I encourage each one of you to enter the next chapter of your life with an open mind to grow and make your dreams come true. One of the first lessons my mother taught me growing up was to build my own castle. She used a metaphor of a castle because my sister and I loved Disney princesses, Barbie dolls, and playing dress up. It was such a perfect analogy for a 4-year-old girl that it had come to define my mindset about the world around me. Building your own castle means not letting anyone or anything stand in the way of what you wish to accomplish. Especially being a woman today, the phrase means to support yourself before you let anybody else support you. It means to be a strong and independent woman in a world that will try to characterize your femininity as a weakness. Most importantly, it means to be truthful to who you are and never let someone stop you from pursuing what you know you can do. Now, although I didn't fully understand the phrase's meaning, through my education at Mercy, I began to comprehend what it truly meant. I learned the importance of self-advocacy, being authentic, and most importantly, sisterhood. Through the community that I had with all of you, I started to build my future, or in other words, build my own castle. The past 4 years have shown me what it is like to be part of a community that uplifts other women and supports each other in our successes. You have all given me a community that has never failed to encourage me to be better and put a smile on my face every day. As we enter this next chapter of our lives and no longer have the tangible support of Mercy's blue and yellow halls, it will be challenging to support ourselves. It will be challenging to fight for your beliefs. It will be challenging to see double standards and advocate for yourself in spite of them. It will be challenging to prioritize yourself when the world demands more of you. It will be challenging to be the louder voice in rooms that try to make you stay quiet. And it will be challenging to be a woman in a so-called man's world. However, I encourage all of you to build your own sparkling castle in whatever which way pleases you, without letting anything stand in your way. Just as it was challenging to enter high school, it will be challenging to enter the real world. However, there's no doubt in my mind that each of us is capable of building something great, whatever that may be. Although it may be scary to move away from your best friends, family, and all that is familiar to you, best said by the one and only Taylor Swift, the scary thing is you're on your own now. But the cool thing is you're on your own now. Meaning that it is now in our hands to shape our future. We have had 4 years of unforgettable memories, new friendships, and sisterhood. Although we are leaving, the lessons and relationships we have created here will live in the Mercy halls forever. Our media center couch debriefs, time spent on off hours laughing, stress that went into every assignment, late study calls on the weeknights, and sleepovers on the weekends will forever stay. I know the relationships we built here was one of the most important aspects of our education at Mercy. These past 4 years have given me my best friends, future bridesmaids, and forever family. Most importantly, you have given me an outline for the castle I can build. Now it is our turn to build our castles and see how high we can make them reach. There is no limit, and I know each one of you will make sure that your impact is made. Thank you.
Thank you, Stella. It is an honor to recognize our next salutatorian, Chandravadana Koneru, as a member of Mercy's 2026 salutatorian class. Chandu is recognized for always striving to learn deeply, think critically, and challenge herself beyond expectations. She has made a lasting impact at Mercy through her leadership, kindness, and dedication as Mercy Riveters team captain and drive coach, while also earning groundbreaking achievements in robotics and HOSA competitions. In addition to numerous national awards for volunteer service, she was selected as a Presidential Scholar finalist and chosen as one of only 10 students nationwide for Wayne State University's highly competitive 8-year direct admit medical program. Through her intellect, humility, leadership, and passion for serving others, Chandu truly reflects the very best of what it means to be a Mercy woman. Please welcome salutatorian of the class of 2026, Chandravadana Koneru.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Chandravadana Koneru, and I'm honored to stand before you today as a salutatorian of this year's graduating class. I would like to extend a warm welcome to our honored guests, the Mercy board members, Sisters of Mercy, dedicated faculty and staff, proud families and friends, and of course, my fellow graduates, the class of 2026. When I sat down to write this speech, I kept asking myself one question. How do you summarize 4 years of Mercy in less than 5 minutes? And as it turns out, the answer is exactly how Mercy taught me to problem solve. Start with what you know, and what I know is numbers, so I started doing the math. Mercy isn't just one story. It's 109 stories united as one. The 109 young women sitting before me today. 109 different dreams, different paths, and different futures. And for 4 years, our 109 different stories became intertwined as one. We've spent roughly 28,000 hours as Mercy students, taken hundreds of tests, submitted countless assignments, and walked hundreds of miles through the hallways, and written enough discussion posts to convince ourselves that I agree with so-and-so counts as meaningful academic contribution. Spent countless hours at practices, rehearsals, competitions, sports games, and probably a few hundred extra hours sitting in the parking lot because we weren't quite ready to walk inside. And somehow, after all those hours and all those memories, we are here today, ready to walk across the stage and receive our diploma. The longer I stare at these numbers, the more I realize something. The most important parts of Mercy were never the things we measured. Nobody measures the moment a nervous freshman walks into school and meets somebody who becomes her best friend. Nobody measures the confidence gained from finally raising your hand when you're unsure whether your answer is correct. Nobody measures the moment that changes us, but those are the moments we remember the most. When we first arrived at Mercy, most of us thought success would be measured by grades, accomplishments, and awards. While those matter, Mercy taught us something bigger. Mercy taught us that who you become is more important than what you achieve. Because someday, nobody is going to care about what you got on the test you spent hours and hours studying. But people will remember how you made them feel. They'll remember whether you showed kindness, whether you stood up for someone, used your talents to serve others, or made your community better simply because you were a part of it. And that is exactly what Mercy has been teaching us all along. Not just to succeed, but how to matter. Of course, none of us learned that alone. So to our parents and families, thank you for every sacrifice you made to get us here. For the early mornings, the late night rides, the pep talks, the celebrations after victories, and the support after disappointments. For loving us through every version of ourselves. To our teachers, counselors, coaches, and administrators, thank you. You taught us lessons that extended far beyond a classroom. You challenged us to think deeper, lead better, serve more, and become women of mercy long before we realized what that truly meant. And to my classmates, thank you. Thank you for making these 4 years unforgettable, for the laughs that got us through stressful weeks, for the friendships that turned hallways into home, and for showing me what intelligent, compassionate, determined young women look like. The truth is that while Mercy did give us an education, you gave Mercy its spirit. Now, as we sit here today, we are all wondering some version of the same question. What happens next? For the first time in our lives, our paths are truly beginning to separate. Some of us are headed across the state, some across the country, and some even across the world. That uncertainty can truly feel intimidating. But we have been here before. As I said, numbers. 1,377 days ago, we walked into Mercy not knowing what the future would hold. We didn't know who would become our closest friends, what challenges we would face, or who we would become by the day of graduation. Yet together, we figured it out, and that is what gives me confidence about what comes next. Not that we may have all the answers, but that Mercy has prepared us to keep moving forward even when we don't. And along the way, we found people to become a part of our story, the people sitting here today. While our paths may be separating, that connection does not disappear the moment we walk across the stage. Because after today, we will still carry a piece of Mercy with us. We will carry the confidence Mercy gave us to use our voices, the compassion Mercy taught us to show others, the courage Mercy challenged us to develop, and the responsibility Mercy instilled in us to leave every place better than we found it. The foundation I continue to build on has been strengthened by my family, my friends, my faith, and by every person in this community who believed in me. And Mercy, thank you for being that foundation, for helping us realize not just what we can accomplish, but who we are, for planting our feet when all we wanted to do was run toward the next thing, and for reminding us that our worth is not found in what we can achieve, but in how we love, how we serve, and how we treat others. So, to the class of 2026, as we leave this place, I hope we can remember, life is not measured by the things that are easy to count, but by the lives we impact, the people we lift up, and the kindness we leave behind. And if that is how success is measured, then I know this class is already amazing. We entered Mercy as nervous freshmen, and today we leave as confident young women ready for whatever comes next. And even after our Mercy Gmail accounts are deactivated, after we leave the yellow and blue hallways, and after we find ourselves hundreds or even thousands of miles apart, we will always share the same beginning. We will always be Mercy Class of 2026, and I couldn't be prouder to call each and every one of you my Mercy sisters. Once again, congratulations, and thank you for an incredible 4 years.
Thank you, Chandu. Our next salutatorian, Peyton Robinson, has been recognized for her academic excellence, but it is her leadership and character that truly set her apart. Through her involvement in HRC and Student Government Executive Board leadership, she has become known for her thoughtful perspective, compassionate listening, and ability to bring people together. Wise beyond her years, Peyton is admired by her Mercy sisters for her authenticity, kindness, and extraordinary gift for public speaking, using her voice with both conviction and grace to advocate for others. Her passion for justice has been strengthened through her work as mock trial captain, and she will continue this pursuit at the University of Michigan on a pre-law track studying political science. With aspirations of becoming a civil rights attorney, Peyton is already demonstrating the courage, empathy, and leadership needed to make a lasting impact. Please welcome salutatorian of the class of 2026, Peyton Robinson.
Good afternoon for the third time to esteemed Mercy Board members, our visiting Sisters of Mercy, administration, faculty and staff, parents, families, and of course, my fellow class of 2026. My name is Peyton Robinson, and I'm honored to have the pleasure of addressing my class on this honored day. Before I begin my address, I'd like to say a few thank yous to the people that have helped me get to this stage. Firstly, I'd like to thank God, with whom all things are possible. Next, I'd like to thank my wonderful parents. They have truly been the rock that has supported me tremendously throughout my 4 years at Mercy. I'd also like to thank my extended family that has made the trip to come out and see me today. I love you all. And finally, a large thank you to all Mercy staff, faculty, and administration for helping me unlock and realize my true potential as a Mercy girl to change the world, and for this wonderful opportunity to speak here today. During our 4 years at Mercy, we have seen an increasingly large wave of female empowerment in the world. We've seen women break barriers in outer space, women who dare to trailblaze during campaigns, and women who dominate on stages, courts, and in just about every arena you could think of. But with this increased wave of female empowerment, there have also been women who are unsure of their place in the world in this ever-changing landscape for women. As a result of these feelings of uncertainty, there's one song that has emerged as a relatable anthem for womanhood, What Was I Made For? We are all familiar with the thought-provoking soft pop ballad made popular by the 2023 Barbie movie. It is a song that poignantly embodies the struggles of being a woman. However, throughout our 4 years at Mercy, there are some things that we just know for certain about high school life and being a teenage girl in the 21st century. We're seasoned veterans. We know everything that there is to know about being a high schooler, especially all the important stuff. Like, we know exactly how long it takes for us to get from N Hall to the CAF and back without our teacher noticing us. We know exactly how much we can avoid studying for our AP exams without getting below a 3. And don't forget that we have uncovered the age-old secret of the perfect tardy to absence ratio. And now, on a serious note, Mercy has taught us the hardest yet most worthwhile lessons. We have all learned how to advocate for ourselves and each other. We have learned how to shamelessly humble ourselves in servitude to others. We have learned how to stand firm and resolute in our faiths. And we have all learned how to discover the best versions of ourselves, even in the middle of the worst times. And now, as we stand here together on the precipice of a major life change, we ask ourselves, what was I made for? Which major should I choose? What career path should I take? What can I see myself doing for the rest of my life? Some of us may even relate to this lyric, I used to know, but I'm not sure now. While we may not have those answers right now, or even during the next few years, it is pertinent that we remember who we are as Mercy Girls and the great stations that we have been given in this world. With each of our passions, we have the chance to build a revolutionary, just, and kinder world. We have the chance to build bridges with our words and upend injustice with our good deeds. We are leaders, we are outspoken, and we are unstoppable. As Mercy Girls, we are resilient, uniquely brilliant, and entirely tenacious. And with these skills, we are called to go out into the world and change it for the better. With every door we enter, every relationship we build, and with each opportunity that we make the most of, we are called to be the change that we want to see in the world. This is what I was made for, what you were made for, and what we were made for. And if we carry this eternal truth with us as we travel through life, we will always have a vital role to play in the world around us. So thank you, Mercy, for giving us the tools by which we carve out our futures. Thank you.
Thank you, Peyton. It is an honor now to recognize Sophia Seegers as our final salutatorian for the class of 2026. Sophia has the distinction of earning a perfect 4.0 GPA, at the same time demonstrating perseverance, humility, and integrity in every aspect of her time at Mercy. Through leadership roles in Mercy's ministry team, service planning team, UNICEF chapter, and Model UN program, Sophia created meaningful opportunities for service, advocacy, and global awareness while empowering her fellow students to make a difference. She is deeply committed to dignity, justice, and inclusion, consistently ensuring others feel valued and heard through her compassionate and authentic leadership. As she prepares to attend Yale University to study biology and public health-related fields, Sophia hopes to pursue a healthcare career focused on improving outcomes for marginalized and underserved communities. Please welcome salutatorian of the class of 2026, Sophia Seegers.
Good afternoon, administrators, faculty, families, friends, and to the extraordinary graduating class of 2026. I think the hardest part about endings is that most of the time, you don't realize you're inside one until it's already becoming a memory. And now somehow, here we are. 4 years ago, many of us walked into Mercy High School carrying invisible things: expectations, fear, grief, pressure, hope. Some of us arrived confident. Others arrived exhausted from trying to become who everyone else expected us to be. And yet, little by little, this place changed us. Not all at once, not dramatically, but slowly, quietly, in ordinary moments that didn't feel important at the time. This is the strange thing about growing up. You rarely notice it while it's happening. You don't realize that one day will be the last time your friend group squeezes around the same table in the MAC. You don't realize that you've signed up advisor group for the last time, and that space had become a safe haven. That eventually even the monotonies you complained about become things that you miss. Like hearing the 2:40 bell and watching the hallways explode into motion. Like carrying 3 binders, an iPad, and somehow trying to keep it all together during exam week. Like those random moments of laughter in class that lasted maybe 30 seconds, but somehow became part of the architecture of our lives. Somewhere along the way, Mercy became more than a school. It became the backdrop of our becoming. And when I think about our class, the class of 2026, I don't first think about grades, awards, or college acceptances. I think about humanity. I think about the power posing as a class before that dreaded AP Calc unit test to get the nerves out. The understanding that the Quizlet of Spanish vocab will be shared in due time. The quiet tenderness of teachers no one announced, but everyone felt. I think about the way people here kept showing up for one another, even when they themselves were struggling. There's a kind of goodness that rarely gets recognized, but I think it matters more than almost anything else. Because we are graduating into a world that often mistakes cruelty for strength and silence for peace. A world that constantly asks young women to make themselves smaller, smaller in voice, smaller in ambition, smaller in leadership, smaller in confidence. Yet Mercy taught us something radically different. Speak anyway, lead anyway, and take up space anyway. Because our voices were never meant to be hidden. And perhaps the most important thing we've learned here is that intelligence means very little if it's not paired with empathy. Achievement means very little if it only serves ourselves. There's a quote I always return to: talent is ubiquitous, but opportunity is not. Every person sitting in this opera house has been given opportunities that millions around the world can only dream of. And with that opportunity comes great responsibility. A responsibility to notice people, to care unequivocally, to leave spaces better than we found them, to reach back and help someone else rise with us. That is the legacy I know we will carry forward from Mercy. Not just the ability to succeed, but the courage to remain human in the world that sometimes rewards the opposite. Because years from now, we will not remember every assignment or every exam, but we'll remember how people made us feel. We'll remember Mrs. Russo's therapy circles when she sensed our class doubted our abilities. We will remember the chocolates left by Mrs. McGavin on the test packets of the brave soldiers who dared to enroll in AP Chemistry. We'll remember the fairy lights and fuzzy chairs that appointed Mrs. Hames' room, the snack cabinet and cozy corner of Professora Salona's room, the poignant heart-to-hearts just about life for Mrs. Wilson, touches that seemed ordinary until they became memories. And maybe that's what makes this moment so emotional. Not something that simply is ending, but something that mattered. Class of 2026, the world does not simply need intelligent women. It needs women who are brave enough to care, women who refuse to become indifferent, women who understand that compassion is not weakness, but power. It needs Mercy women. And although I don't know exactly where life will take each of us next, I know this. The girls who entered Mercy 4 years ago are not the same women leaving it today. Many of you, all 70-something of us AP Litters, were present a few weeks ago at Mrs. Harold told us to set the world on fire. At the time, it sounded dramatic, impossible even. But maybe she was ever talking about attention. Maybe she meant living in a way that leaves people, places, and systems different than you found them. To care deeply, to lead boldly, to change things quietly and anyway. Set the world on fire, not so it burns, so that it glows. Thank you and congratulations, class of 2026.
Thank you, Sophia. The Mercy Class of 2026 valedictorian, selected by her fellow classmates, teachers, and administration, is Camila Mendoza. Camila is deeply respected by her classmates and teachers for her uplifting spirit, humility, compassion, and ability to make others feel seen, valued, and heard. She completed her time at Mercy with a perfect 4.0 GPA, while consistently leading with kindness, authenticity, and grace. Camila is also a passionate advocate for educational opportunities within the Latina community, using her voice and leadership to empower others and create a more inclusive environment for those often overlooked. Her extraordinary accomplishments include being named a Gates Scholar and a finalist for the highly competitive Hispanic Scholarship Fund program. As she prepares to attend the University of Pennsylvania to study biochemistry on a pre-med track, Camila hopes to combine healthcare and advocacy to improve immigration policy and healthcare access for migrant communities and underserved communities. I am very proud to now introduce your Mercy valedictorian of the class of 2026, una de las estrellas más brillantes que hemos visto en los pasillos de Mercy, Camila Mendoza.
Buenos días. Mi nombre es Camila Mendoza y hoy tengo el honor de hablar en frente de todos ustedes por una última vez, representando una comunidad que ha cambiado mi vida. For those of you who took Latin or French, don't worry, you didn't miss much. And I know you all may be a little exhausted from hearing some beautiful speeches, so today the only thing I ask from you is simple: an open mind. To our Mercy Board of Directors, administrators, faculty, staff, families, parents, and friends, or anyone else who has even in a minuscule way contributed to the lives of our 2026 graduates, welcome. Thank you for making today possible, for believing in the women who sit before me today, and for most importantly, being the reason behind our efforts. When it was time to think about what I wanted to say to this class for one last time, the only things that came to mind were all the things I didn't want to say. I didn't want to give you another rundown of the best 4 years of our lives because you've lived through them, or talk about all the obstacles we faced and the perseverance that stems from them, because you sitting here today is a testament to that. Instead, this speech is dedicated to something we do on a daily basis, a simple task from which all of our connections and memories stem. Conversations. The ones that range from simple chats in the media center about our weekends to heated debates in our classes to life-altering interactions with the people around us. For me, the best conversations have lived outside of Mercy just as much as they've resided within. Hija, si tú quieres, puedes. If you want to, you can. Since my very first day as a freshman to my last day as a Mercy student, my parents have been the purpose, the drive, and the light of my time here. While they could never help me figure out the area under the curve or look over any of my papers as a foreign language stared back at them, they have consistently showed up for their daughter, despite facing the struggle of being targeted for simply existing. From 10-hour workdays under a burning sun to coming home to help me make motivational hearts for my sophomore year student council campaign, or listening to me practice my speeches for forensics or explain protein synthesis over and over even though they didn't understand a word, they are the reason I am proud to be called the daughter of immigrants, of people who left everything they ever knew, everything that was comfortable, for simply the chance, not the security, of opportunity. Ma, Pa, gracias por regalarme el mundo, por nunca dejar de creer en mí, por siempre darme lo mejor y por ser mi luz en los momentos más difíciles. Los quiero mucho. Today, I stand before you as a result of difficult conversations, ones that have often made me uncomfortable, but never driven me out of this space. I am here because my parents did not let fear cloud their actions. And we are here because we deserve to be. For a lot of you, difficult conversations and interactions have made up your entire Mercy experience, whether that's in the classroom, on our athletic fields, or even just with the people you walk these halls with every day. You have struggled, but you've also risen. You have doubted yourself, but you've also left your mark. Whether you were the one always asking the questions in class or someone who roamed the Mercy halls quietly, you have made Mercy home for all of your classmates. Today, class of 2026, we celebrate the times we've chosen to do the hard things and have the hard talks, because those choices have crafted the women we are today. As we leave Mercy, we must carry this intrinsic need to make space for ourselves and for others. The world is scary, and in your future, that statement will certainly be more vividly felt than right now. But it's time to be open to discomfort, because in doing so, we'll discover that even when it feels like everything is going wrong or hate is consuming, you are capable. And the truth is, you always have been. Mercy just showed us where that confidence and self-awareness can take us. We'll leave this place just as we entered, yet somehow entirely different, full of light and the knowledge that opportunities for us to serve and be women of good lie everywhere. It's our turn to take up space in places where women are more often than not underestimated and silenced. Do not leave those rooms. Rather, choose them because they are challenging. Cami, no se trata de fuerza, nada más es maña. It's not about strength, it's about grit. One of my mom's favorite sayings, as she was able to pick up 5 plywood sticks at work while I could barely manage one. But as I close out this speech, I want you all to know that the key to success isn't being the smartest or the most prepared. It's all about being the one to never say, I'm done, or I can't do this. The power you possess to change the world is in your hands, and all it takes is an unwavering determination to yourself. Be a force, the one who turns people's heads from surprise, but especially be the one to defy their fixed expectations of what you can become. For years, it was terrifying to be the first in my family to be around different people, to pave a path so unequivocally distinct from that of my parents, and now the first in my family to attend college. I know you are scared. I know you are scared. I know it because I am too. And how could we not be with so many firsts lying ahead of us? But we cannot let that fear drive us away from our dreams and the people we were always meant to be. And while we may be the first, we most certainly will not be the last. To this class, full of women who stand and who make change real, you are ready, believe me. So I leave you with this. No tengas miedo de todo lo que no ha pasado. Ten fe que ese miedo es solamente evidencia que estás haciendo lo correcto. Do not be afraid of what has not happened. Instead, have faith that that fear is evidence that what you are doing is right. Thank you.
Gracias, Camila. We will now present the diplomas. We ask you to experience this time with respect and dignity. As the seniors walk across the stage, We ask you to listen in silence to the words that each one has chosen to represent her feelings this special afternoon. These chosen quotes lend a unique elegance to our ceremony. Please refrain from shouting, cheering, whistling, or making noise so that you can hear this final statement of your daughter and all her Mercy sisters. Each graduate has truly earned this moment, so please let it be one of grace and dignity. A time will be offered at the conclusion for us all to gather in a joyous, audible celebration. Please also note a professional photographer will capture the moment when each student receives their diploma. Information about ordering that photo will be posted on Mercy's website. You may certainly take additional photos, however, we ask that you remain in your seats. Dr. Krieger, the Board of Trustees, and the faculty now ask that you confer the diplomas earned by the candidates here assembled. Ms. Colleen McMaster, Associate Principal of Academic Affairs, please present the candidates for diplomas.
It is my honor to present the class of 2026 for diploma. Aria Zapata, Algolto.
Keep on going with your silly dream.
Priscilla Ajare.
Take pride in how far you've come. Have faith in how far you can go.
Cameron Noel Alexander, magna cum laude.
Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and do not lean on your own understanding. In all your ways, acknowledge him, and he will make straight your paths.
Ella Carolyn Andrews, magna cum laude. Androff, cum laude.
Don't ever let anyone make you feel like you don't deserve what you want.
Julia Renee Attaway.
I will always be certain that love exists because I exist and I am full of love.
Leon Noor Ayed, magna cum laude.
All that is around you is no match for all that is within you.
Abigail Christine Boris, magna cum laude.
But you must really believe it will happen and have no doubt in your heart. You can pray for anything, and if you believe that you've received it, it will be yours.
Lauren Miranda Boyd.
She is so much like the stars above, and a bit of art, and a lot of herself.
Nora Carey Boyle.
As long as one keeps searching, the answers come.
Sydney Elena Chanel Brooks.
Your life is your story, and the adventure ahead of you is the journey to fulfill your own purpose and potential.
Ava Michelle Brown.
It takes strength to be gentle and kind.
Jenna Buchan, cum laude.
If I'm lucky enough, I'll go wherever my beating heart tells me to go.
Laura Burris.
Whoever you are, no matter how lonely, the world offers itself to your imagination, calls to you like the wild geese, harsh and exciting.
April Mariah Butler, magna cum laude.
Therefore, do not worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will worry about itself.
Tessa Campo.
Life is funny. Things change, people change, but you will always be you. So, stay true to yourself and never sacrifice who you are for anyone.
Emily Capitina, magna cum laude.
Life does not get better by chance. It gets better by change.
Sophia Chaput, cum laude.
I can do all things through Christ who gives me strength.
Andrea Chuang.
But the Lord stood with me and gave me strength.
Stella Susan Coe, magna cum laude.
One day, I'll know how far I'll go.
Mallory Emily Cooney,
Act justly, love mercy, and walk humbly.
Shayla Cranston, summa cum laude.
The biggest adventure you can take is to live the life of your dreams.
Grace Ann Cretu,
You're never fully dressed without a smile.
Emily Catherine Cuthbertson,
The people who walked in darkness have seen a great light. Those who dwelt in a land of deep darkness, on them has light shone.
Sophia Lacey Durazio,
Whatever you do, work at it with all your heart.
Mika Tina Gerard,
Life is short. The world is wide. I want to make some memories.
Jameson Marie Douglas,
It's the only way to keep from growing old. My friend, stay gold.
Alexa Kathleen Dewicki, cum laude.
Let all that you do be done in love.
Mackenzie Alexa Duplessis,
Nothing is impossible. The word itself says, I'm possible.
Bailey Ann Eason,
Forever blessed for all the people God put in my life along the way.
Ava Shoni Elia, magna cum laude.
Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged, for the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go.
Hannah Grace Emerson,
If you don't like the road you're walking, start paving another one.
Iman Bia Victoria Esther,
If you have faith as small as a mustard seed, nothing will be impossible for you.
Ariel Rose Itu, cum laude.
May your choices reflect your hopes, not your fears.
Ava Francis Falcon, magna cum laude.
To love another person is to see the face of God.
Jamisha Amor Faulkner,
I walked through loss with faith, grew in the quiet, and stepped forward in peace, becoming who I was always meant to be.
Catherine Grace Fensick, cum laude.
If you are lucky enough to find a way of life you love, you have to find the courage to live it.
Fiona Melissa Fountain, magna cum laude.
Let us make our future now, and let us make our dreams tomorrow's reality.
Teresa Christine Frass,
God is within her. She will not fail.
Nora Eileen Gerzema,
But nobody wins afraid of losing, and the hard roads are the ones worth choosing.
Molly Louise Goin, cum laude.
What lies behind you and what lies in front of you pales in comparison to what lies inside of you.
Madison E. Green, magna cum laude.
Don't worry about anything. Instead, pray about everything. Tell God what you need and thank Him for all He has done.
Kate Ann Guerin,
The three great essentials to achieve anything worthwhile are, first, hard work. Second, stick-to-itiveness. Third, common sense.
Alexa Diane Gus, cum laude.
The size of your dreams must always exceed your current capacity to achieve them.
Kathleen Claire Hafner, magna cum laude.
Don't copy the behavior and customs of this world, but let God transform you into a new person by changing the way you think.
Jessica Marie Heath,
Excuses are the tools of the weak and incompetent. Those who excel in them seldom do in anything else. Therefore, there are no excuses.
Hannah Elizabeth Heinzman,
The best way to know life is to love many things.
Ainsley Irene Henderson,
It's like she was made for moving on. That girl is going, gone.
Brenda Hernandez Ramirez, magna cum laude.
For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you hope and a future.
Cree Tene Angel Olie.
Nothing can dim the light that shines from within.
Clara Gemalia.
The Lord himself goes before you and will be with you. He will never leave you nor forsake you. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged.
Malia Michelle Jones.
Don't you ever forget that being Black is an honor, because you come from greatness.
Jasmine Joseph, magna cum laude.
Whoever pursues righteousness and kindness will find life, righteousness, and honor.
Sophia Grace Calabat.
Commit to the Lord whatever you do, and he will establish your plans.
Joelle Rita Casabri.
So, for goodness sake, don't move. No need to contort yourself to be anything other than who you are.
Grace Hannah Kim, summa cum laude.
Life does have a way of working out. You do not need to know what the finish line will look like at the start.
Kiara R. Kirkland, magna cum laude.
Success is a journey, not a destination.
Madeline Rose Clank, cum laude.
Be confident, not certain.
Chandra Vadanara Koneru.
The only way to do good work,
magna cum laude.
The only way to do good work is to love what you do. If you haven't found it yet, keep looking. Don't settle.
Audrey Lang.
The truth is, of course, there is no journey. We are arriving and departing all at the same time.
Beatrice Lapuz.
3 things will last forever: faith, hope, and love. And the greatest of these is love.
Amelia Marie Liddell.
But you need to be with people who accept you for who you are. You should never apologize for being you.
Catherine Carol Lolo, cum laude.
I do not and will not fear tomorrow, because I feel as though today has been enough.
Francesca Mary Lolo.
You don't move on because you're ready. You move on because you outgrow who you used to be.
Samantha Christine Loss, magna cum laude.
The good I'll do.
Natalia Maria Martinez Necochea.
We become what we behold. We shape our tools, and thereafter, our tools shape us.
Macy McDaniel, cum laude.
Though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me.
Marilyn Rose Medley.
I am not afraid of storms, for I am learning how to sail my ship.
Camila Mendoza, summa cum laude.
You belong in every space, every challenge, and every room you step foot into. You are the strength that fuels perseverance.
Alexa Lily Merkerson.
Your values are often revealed through the people God puts in your life.
Olivia Rose Murphy, cum laude.
If you want something said, ask a man. If you want something done, ask a woman.
Gabriella Maria Owens.
Take pride in how far you've come. Have faith in how far you can go. But don't forget to enjoy the journey.
Harper R. Prescott.
The grass is greener where you water it.
Joy Caroline Pierno.
Let go of the past and keep moving forward.
Joelle Marie Pierno.
We are the hero of our own story.
Aniba Zahra Raza.
When you need to make a leap of faith, you only have yourself and God. Never let yourself depend on others for success.
Dakota Ray Robinson.
The mere sense of living is joy enough.
Dakota Renee Robinson.
The Lord will guide you always. He will satisfy your needs in a sun-scorched land, and He will strengthen your frame. You will be like a well-watered garden, like a spring whose waters never fail.
Peyton L. Robinson, magna cum laude.
Your word is a lamp to my feet and a light to my path.
Julia Jane Rossi.
Carpe diem. Seize the day, boys. Make your lives extraordinary.
Emily Marie Sela.
God's plan is worth the wait.
Elisa Ann Salem.
If you really want something, you don't stop for anyone or anything until you get it.
Violet Alice Schwartz.
May He give you the desire of your hearts and make all your plans succeed.
Addison Emily Schwarzenberg.
You're braver than you believe, stronger than you seem, and smarter than you think.
Sophia Lily Marie Seegers, summa cum laude.
She believed she could, so she did.
Tegan Lee Shelley, cum laude.
Please don't worry so much, because in the end, none of us have very long on this earth. So make your life spectacular.
Darla Jane Sherry, magna cum laude.
In a world where you can be anything, be kind.
Maya Suzanne Scrabbit, cum laude.
She is clothed with strength and dignity. She can laugh at the days to come. She speaks with wisdom, and faithful instruction is on her tongue.
London Nicole Smith.
Values aren't who you are when life is easy. They are who you strive to be when life is hard.
Anouk Valentina Spencer.
Don't cry because it's over. Smile because it happened.
Aureen Alexandra Stoltz-Bango.
Because no matter how small an act of kindness or generosity or simple positivity you put out into the world, it will make a difference.
Liliana Rose Sturgis, cum laude.
Life is what happens to you when you're busy making other plans.
Hazel Margaret Syke.
Never feel sorry for your own success.
Natalie Ann Terrell.
Today is where your book begins. The rest is still unwritten.
Haley Brooke Thostenson.
Though I have fallen, I will rise. Though I sit in darkness, the Lord will be my light.
Kaylee Elizabeth Tisch, magna cum laude.
Accept what is, let go of what was, and have faith in what will be.
Ruby Louise Tobar.
For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans for welfare and not for evil, to give you a future and a hope.
Maya Troop Thompson.
For every dark night, there's a brighter day.
McCoy Milan Turner.
We make our own plans, but the Lord decides where we will go.
Annabella Rose Valencia.
Keep your eyes on the stars and your feet on the ground.
Isabel Van Hoof. Summa cum laude.
Be kind. Have courage.
Samantha Marie Vano.
Go confidently in the direction of your dreams. Live the life you have imagined.
Cadence Aubrey Washington, cum laude.
The future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams.
Emily Renee Whelan.
What makes you different or weird? That's your strength. It's not about being perfect. There's power in allowing yourself to be known and heard.
Morgan Trinity Whitlow.
I didn't come this far just to come this far and not be happy.
Summer Aspen Whitmire, magna cum laude.
Here's to the crazy ones, the misfits, the round pegs in the square holes, the ones who see things differently.
Kennedy Michelle Wilson.
There is no limit to what we as women can accomplish.
Addison Lynn Witt.
Above all else, guard your heart, for everything you do flows from it.
Maya Catherine Zaro, summa cum laude.
As iron sharpens iron, so one person sharpens another.
Mercy's class of 2026.
Thank you. Get it all out. To the class of 2026, it is an honor to be standing here today with you all. We started our journey at Mercy together, both learning how to use Schoology and Notability at the same time, supporting each other in our first year. I began teaching 20 years ago and have since been in multiple schools across multiple states. But being here at this moment is the most meaningful experience of my professional life. It has been a privilege to watch you all grow into the intelligent, accomplished, and impressive young women sitting before me now. To have been even a small part of your journey will forever have a special place in my heart. Over these years, I have been able to witness all the significantly diverse ways in which you shine. Your academic achievements, which this year are quite exceptional with the high number of valedictorian, salutatorian finalists. Your hard-fought athletic achievements, the theater performances that are so professionally done, they defy the young age of the people on stage. And of course, the stunningly beautiful voices we hear in concerts, musicals, and Mass. A Mercy Airs Ave Maria never fails to bring me to tears. We have heard much about how all of these experiences and accomplishments have shaped you, and how they will be a part of who you become as you move forward and set out to realize your future. Every year in my Spanish 4 class, we have a unit where we work with the future tense. I have my students create presentations based on events they expect will happen in the aforementioned future. I sit and listen while everyone describes their dreams and goals. Very enthusiastically, by the way, because they all love presenting in front of class, especially in Spanish, right? They talk about and show pictures of what they envision their lives to be. Every year, as I watch and listen, I always have a little knot of a feeling right here that sits with me. Because while I hear about these perfectly formed lives, I can't help but think of what happens when those dreams and goals find roadblocks or get diverted or challenged. Because yes, mis queridas chicas, those moments will undoubtedly come. Some of you will find yourselves on paths completely different than the ones currently planned. Some of you will not become the profession you currently have in mind. Some of you will struggle to have those 3 children you dream of. Some of you may have a house inland instead of right on the beach. And some of you may have a husband that is not an NFL player. Sorry, Ava. So, what happens when the inevitable happens? When life shows us that despite making what you think are the right decisions, something will go wrong. What happens when the career track you thought you wanted isn't working? What happens when sickness or an accident changes your life forever? What happens, as you all learned this year, when you lose someone you love? Because, chicas, life will be beautiful and grand, but life will also hurt. It will be sad, difficult. It will make you cry and question everything. You will say, I should have chosen this university instead of that one, or chosen that major, or not accepted this job, or chosen this person. But I am here to tell you that no matter what your choices are, those challenges will come. If they don't come in one way, they will come in another. Know that when your path bends, curves, or makes an entire U-turn, that it is not a mistake. It is just life. Do not dwell on what you could have done differently to make what you perceive to be a better or more perfect life. Some of you may know that I have a word tattooed here on the inside of my arm. You may also know that that word is confidence, and that it is written in my mother's handwriting. After she passed away 7 years ago, I knew that I wanted a word or message from her to have with me forever. I didn't know what I was looking for exactly, but I knew I would know it when I saw it. I searched all the notes and letters I had from her, but nothing felt right. So I went to my brother. He gave me a card that she had written to him many years ago. As I read through it, the phrase immediately jumped out at me, and I knew I had found it. But even if you knew about this tattoo, what you don't know is that the word confidence was part of a longer phrase. It was a simple command: go with confidence. What you also don't know is that the card was written to my brother for the exact occasion in which you all find yourselves sitting here today, high school graduation. I keep this word, this message on my arm for the moments when my own life path bends, curves, or U-turns, and I need to remember to find my strength. So, Mercy Class of 2026, while I am not suggesting that you go get a tattoo, except maybe you, Misha. Yes. I am sending you off with those same words and the message they carry. Go with confidence. Acknowledge that when you have found yourself in one of life's difficult moments, you have the ability to handle it. Allow yourself to grieve, to be sad when needed, but do not let those challenges and feelings define your whole life. Know that you have the tools, strength, and incredible Mercy Girl resilience to live with confidence your perfectly beautiful, imperfect lives. Thank you. I would now like to invite the senior class officers to the podium who will present the class tribute.
Mercy High School, as you know, is a school steeped in tradition. At the conclusion of graduation ceremonies at Mercy's original location on Outer Drive in Detroit, the graduates would process from the auditorium through the Rose Arbor to the Grotto of Mary, the Mother of Mercy. This tradition will continue today, as we, the senior class officers, present flowers to Mary, symbolizing the characteristics of what makes this class, the class of 2026, unique. I, Jamisha Faulkner, am presenting a rose to Mary that represents the memories we have made throughout our time at Mercy. Over the past 4 years, we have created countless moments together that will stay with us for the rest of our lives. From cheering each other on during our success to supporting one another through challenges. We have grown not only as students, but as sisters. We have laughed together, cried together, studied together, and celebrated milestones that once felt so far away. These moments have shaped who we are and reminded us of the strength found in community and sisterhood. The memories we created here will forever live in our hearts, reminding us of where we came from, the journey we shared, and the love and the support that surrounded us along the way.
I, Stella Coe, am presenting a rose to Mary that represents the strength we have built at Mercy. Throughout our educational journey, we have faced countless obstacles and setbacks. Yet we have persevered through these uncertainties, demonstrating unwavering strength. Outside of this community, very few understand how much determination it takes to be a Mercy girl. From the overwhelming workload and demanding activities to personal challenges and external pressures, we had to learn to rise above adversity repeatedly. We have embraced the power of resilience, learning from our mistakes, adapting to change, and finding the strength to continue to push forward. We have learned to weather storms with grace, maintaining focus on our goals and aspirations. Our resilience has not only built confidence in our character, but also serves as an inspiration to others, reminding all around us that no matter the circumstances, we have the power to overcome and thrive, and we always will.
I, Grace Kim, will be presenting the rose of friendship to Mary. This rose represents the relationships and bonds we've created over the past 4 years here at Mercy. When we first walked through these halls, many of us were strangers, unsure of where we would fit in or who would stand beside us. But through every class, every late night studying, laughing, and tears, we found one another. The friendships we built here became our support system. These are the people who stayed beside us during the hardest moments, reminded us of our worth when we doubted ourselves, celebrated our successes like they were their own, and helped carry us through the challenges of high school. They saw us at our best and our worst, and loved us through every version of ourselves that we became over these 4 years.
I, April Butler, will present Mary with the rose representing our class's faithfulness. Psalm 46:5 states, "God is within her, she will not fall." At Mercy, we cultivated a strong faith as both individuals and as a community. Whether it was a gentle exchange of peace at Mass with our advisor groups, attending retreats, or starting off our morning and ending our day in prayer, we were all witnesses of God's growing love within the Mercy community. These experiences have enriched our friendships, helping us to find comfort in the many challenges we have experienced these past 4 years. Our faith has guided us to accomplish so much, and we will continue to do so wherever we end up, and we will forever carry the power, diligence, and intelligence that God has gifted us in our hearts.
I, Sophia Seegers, will present the final rose representing the aspirations of the class of 2026. Today, we gather to celebrate one of our biggest goals since freshman year, graduation. After years of highs and lows, the hard work we put in has truly paid off. We've accomplished so much at Mercy, setting goals, pushing ourselves, and growing in ways we probably didn't even expect when we first walked these halls. As we leave Mercy High School and begin to explore new chapters of life, we hope to find where we truly belong in the world. We will continue to cultivate our aspirations as we work together toward becoming teachers, doctors, businesswomen, artists, or anything and everything else we set our minds to. It is our aspirations, our hopes and dreams that will continue to live on as we leave Mercy and step forward to make our impact on the world.
Thank you, officers. And now would the Mercy Heirs please assemble. Since Our Lady of Mercy is the patroness of Mercy High School, we conclude this celebration with the Mercy Heirs, who will sing Ave Maria. Thank you, Mercy Heirs. I now declare the 81st annual commencement of Mercy High School concluded. We ask that you please remain seated while the faculty and graduates process out of the theater. The graduates will exit the Opera House on either Broadway Street or Madison Street. Please meet your graduate outside of the building. On behalf of my colleagues, thank you for entrusting your daughters to us for the last 4 years. Good afternoon, and God bless.